Hi everyone, I'm Ryan, After Sales Manager and Analyst here at Talos Drones, and today we're going to be going over the single side spraying of the Agras drones and its applications. First off, to set everything up, we are basically starting on our home page right here, so I'm just going to press begin, and real quick, I'm just going to make a very quick boundary point. It's just a small field. I necessarily want to see these rectangular lines, make it so it's a bit even. Cool. And then once we go from there, I'm going to adjust the start point so it's right there so we can get a better view of those side spraying points. I'm gonna do save, widen these margins as well, so 40 feet about. All right, so what is single side spraying? So single side spraying is essentially being able to spray these side points. So for example, you see how in this mode, you can see if you look at the flight route, there are lines that are yellow, there are lines that are white. When the lines are yellow, that means the drone will be spraying through those lines. When they are white, that means the drone won't be. So at the very edge, you can see that the drone will spray a line, stop spraying, move over to the next line, and then spray. Sometimes the application mainly for this is there are times where this area doesn't get exactly the best coverage that is needed. So to adapt for that, you can have it so as the drone is turning, it is still continuously spraying that edge. So you get a full coverage of every single area that the drone is flying over. So how to do that? Basically, going to go to the advanced settings, and then essentially it's as simple as turning on the single side spraying option. So you just turn that on, and you can see that one side of the drone continues spraying, and it covers that area. And then it does provide you a risk here. There's a risk of repeated spraying during obstacle bypassing. Be aware of phytotoxicity. So if there's an obstacle in the way, it will continue spraying and it could potentially overlap. So just be aware of that. So when you are doing single side spraying, it is not continuously spraying from both centrifugal nozzles or mist spraying nozzles, whichever ones you have on. It'll only be spraying from one side. So it's kind of to not overspray your area, but it's mainly just to cover the area that is missed. So there will be a little bit of overlap, but it's essentially better than leaving the entire area untreated in general. So then that's really all it is to add the single side spraying. So once that's done, we have those right there, have it right there. And then I'm also just going to readjust this because it was changed a bit. So then I'm going to change the start point again. Start point, go to there. All right, so now we have a continuous view. I essentially made the route spacing as wide as possible, just so we get a better view of that side spraying and we get a little bit more time to be able to see that drone doing that side spray as well. Okay, we can see a long one right here. A little awkward, so I'm just gonna change that. And then readjust that start point right there. Cool, save. All right, so then we are essentially good to go, and now we can take off this drone and showcase this feature. All right, so that is essentially how you set up the single side spraying and what it's used for with the Agras T100. It's also applicable to newer models as well, anything from the T50 and newer. This also includes the T60X. The T60X has the capability to do this as well. So that is, again, how to set up the single side spraying feature and how to use it for your operation and what you need to use it for. Again, I'm Ryan with Talos Drones, and thank you for watching the video.